All right, hey, this is Dr. Taylor, and we're here with another real health story. So I'm here with Mary, and Mary has just had a kick butt year, and so tell us, Mary, let's just hear from your words. Tell us about 2018 so far.
Okay, well, so far it has been my best year, starting with January 3rd, when just before that and around Christmas time, of the thing, I don't weigh myself. I did then, and it was at the highest I've ever been. You just get super depressed. So Christmas was kind of like slightly depressing. So starting the new year, I'm like, I'm going to do everything I can to get feeling better and overall everything and fix some of my issues. So I looked into it, chose to do keto, slightly changed for my situation, and it has been one of the most difficult and yet rewarding things I have ever decided to do.
So right now it's almost June, so what you just said, you're at 4 months and 3 weeks.
Yes, 4 months and 3 weeks, and I have already dropped 104 pounds.
104 pounds,
which,
awesome.
I mean, that's not typical for everyone, but, I mean, with keto, you are going to drop because you're not eating the processed and the refined, you're eating the way ancestors, pioneers, however you want to think of them, in the past did. And you never see pictures of them as overweight or anything.
Yeah, you train your body to burn fat, and
exactly.
it does that.
You basically force it to burn your extra storage, which I will admit makes you cold, but it's worth it. One of those bad side effects that makes it worth it.
Yeah. So, and we just talked about this at the weight loss, and we'll just say 104, 104 pounds.
Total.
Awesome weight loss, but what are some of the other things that you noticed? Because the weight's kind of like a side effect.
Yeah, it
cognitive.
totally is.
We've talked about how your personality is different. So, what would you say?
There's so many. I mean, just even a few. It's like I can walk further, and I don't even notice it until I think about it. But it's like my knees feel better because they don't. My mouth's a little dry. Sorry. They don't hurt, and so it's so much easier to just get up, walk. I don't mind. I have more stamina when I'm just out and about. I sleep better. My focus can become better. Because also the food that you eat, have been noticing will change how you live. Like, I don't have the refined, and I'm noticing that would make me like foggy, brain fog.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So Mary is our most impressive reader in our office. Have you noticed a difference with your reading? Yeah, because that's one of the things when I first did keto, I noticed that I just was devouring books faster.
Oh yeah, because of my brain seems to be firing just a little better, faster, where it was fine before. I mean, I didn't have a stupid brain, but...
sometimes you don't notice that it's slow. You're like, I'm just functioning normally until you reach that next level. You're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know there was a next level.
Yeah, that's just so many things. Like with the walking, I've noticed that. Like with the reading, with even being able to like lift certain things, because I also incorporated doing exercise and stuff. And it's just everything that you don't notice until you look back on it, or you're thinking about it, and you're like, I would never have been able to lift that like 4 months ago, or walk that far. It would have been like my knees would be killing me, my feet would be killing me. I would be like breathing really hard, and it's like it's not that far. And now you're like, I could keep going for another like mile walk or whatever, run or hike or however. And so it's just like everything you don't notice, and then you think back and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe. And you imagine like carrying around another like teenager basically, and you're like, I'm carrying that around every day. How did I live that way?
If you put a 100-pound backpack on me right now and asked me to walk across the parking lot,
I feel like I was dying. I'd be like, how did I ever do this? But you get used to it, so you think it's normal. But it's really not normal. I mean, you discover that as you're going.
It's common. And one of the things we always tell our patients of, and you're a perfect example of this, is take baby steps in the right direction, and when you turn around and see where you started from, you're amazed at how far you've come.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's just baby steps, they're just small. And I'm like, well, yeah, but if you do a small thing every day, if you just do one thing every day, and then like the next day you add in something else, and the next day something else, then by the end of the week you're doing like actually a large thing. And you've just done it so small that it hasn't seemed that daunting. It's like that adage of how do you eat an elephant, and it's one bite at a time. You just kind of chip away at it, and eventually it gets there, and like you look back and it's like, wow, I really have come this far, but you've only done the little steps, so you don't really notice exactly how far.
Oh, that's awesome. So lastly, what would you say to somebody that might see this video that maybe is considering a dietary shift or a lifestyle shift and taking control of their health the way that you have? Give some words of encouragement.
With that, I would definitely. It's no matter what you choose. I chose keto. That works for me. Whatever it is that works for you, like we were discussing just a little bit ago. Veganism, if that works for you, if keto works for you, if low carb or if the intermittent fasting, just find something that you feel like, oh, I want to try this even, and give it like a month, because you've got to get through at least, you can't say, oh, I gave it a week and it was good. But just like jump in full feet, because if you just, that's like kind of counterintuitive to the little step, but you want to just, with that, it's like jump in full feet, be like, I'm actually going to do it. I'm not going to be like saying, oh, I'm trying it, but you have all those like cheat days and stuff.
Even to take the baby steps takes a mindset shift, a full 180 mindset shift. So.
Because with the keto, you have, when you, the first 2 weeks are what they call the carb flu. And so if you only do like those 2 weeks, you're just going to be like, of course it didn't work for me. See, I was feeling awful. Well, of course you were. You were getting rid of the buildup of the sugars and the buildup of the carbs and flushing your system of that. And now the next 2 weeks and beyond is when your body's going to start pulling from your reserves. So you want to just be like, put your feet in, get it started, find what works for you, and celebrate the little things. Like each time I would lose, and you don't want to weigh yourself all the time. Just once a week is good. That's what I do. And then each week on Monday, I weigh myself, I see my little goal, or if I can carry something more and I notice and whatever. I celebrate my little win with maybe whatever that may be, like not food related, because that would be counterintuitive to what I'm doing. But like right now, I actually am kind of in between where I need a new size of pants, and I only bought the, my other size a week ago. So it's celebrating that with my sister, where I might go out today, I'm thinking, and buy the next size down. And as a woman, everyone knows that's like, yes, finally, the fear of the dressing room is going away. And isn't that every girl's dream?
That's awesome, Mary. Well, that's quite an encouraging story, and we've just been so impressed with you and so proud of you. So keep it up.
I am super happy with myself. It is.
And at this point, too, you don't want to stop.
No, I definitely don't. And like even when I get to where my end goal weight, I will change it a little to more of the normal keto. But I've noticed certain things where I don't miss, like if you have a hamburger, I don't miss the bread. I will get sometimes like the meat, because that's okay. But I don't eat out often. But like I'll just get a lettuce wrap, and I usually even take the lettuce off, because that just fills you up and it gives you no nutritional value whatsoever. I don't miss the bread. I don't really miss sugar. I do miss sweet things, but I'm the sweet things in the form of I miss fruit, because I'm not doing that at the moment because of the amount of sugar that fruit just has in it naturally. But then when I get to my maintenance, goal weight, whatever you want to refer to it as, that's when I'm going to do like the good for you carbs. Like I think
we just talked about that too, about how we can switch that up. You want to keep your body guessing. So that's
once I get down there, it's going to be easy to like keep there. Kind of thing. And where it is now, it's like I just got to get.
And it's because it's a lifestyle change for you.
Definitely.
It's not just a goal weight. It's a total lifestyle change.
It's not a diet, and I never refer to it. Oh, I'm on the keto diet. I'm like I eat keto. I'm not on diet.
And to us, the weight loss is great. The cognitive effects are great. The self-esteem things are great.
That one.
But the thing that's great to me is, you're adding years to your life, like decades to your life.
Yeah, especially considering I actually have a kidney condition that is affected by weight, and so the more I get off and keep it off, the longer they will stay as healthy as they possibly can be, which is just the thing that I am most excited. Well, I would probably say most excited about, because my dad had it too, and he passed away at 42, and that's only like 12 years away from me, and it's like, I'm not really gonna make that happen. So
you're headed the other direction now.
Yeah, that was my other big push to get it done. It's my heaviest weight ever, and my kidneys. I was like, let's kick this into gear and get it going, because I've never stuck with one before this one, and it's actually pretty easy because you feel full.
Well, high five. You're doing awesome. Keep up the good work.
I definitely am.
Thanks for sharing your story.